Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. So I hope you joined me in my last episode where I introduced you to my raised beds, and the time of year that it is right now is kind of fall temperature. So we're talking about 60s, 70s, those temperatures. So if you think about the kinds of things that you can grow in your area with those temperatures and then going lower than that, this would be the ideal time to plant those kinds of vegetables. So I thought it would be great to go check on the vegetables. So we're going to take another field trip back out to the garden bed. And then I also am going to actually clip some of the lettuce because it's grown so well. You're going to be astonished what 2 weeks will do with all the right things, right? What are the right things? The right soil, the right plant at the right time, proper watering, and a good amount of sunlight. So let's go on outside, okay? All right, so here we are. First, we have to check on how everything's doing, and then we're going to actually clip some of the romaine lettuce, and I'll explain to you why you're clipping it and not pulling it out of the ground, okay? Or not the ground, out of the soil. So I'm going to get our camera guy to come over a little bit just to take a look. Look at this cabbage. Again, 2 weeks ago is when I taped this, and I had put it in the ground about 2 weeks prior to that. So this, I'm going to say, is about a good month growth. So this is the cabbage. Can't wait for it to start doing its thing. This is the romaine lettuce, and we're actually going to pick this because, man, this is really growing. And I'm going to tell you some secrets about how you want to continue to get this to grow. So we're going to come back to that. This, if you remember, is my bed of Brussels sprouts. They're doing really well. I'm kind of keeping my eye on, I'm seeing like a couple of leaves where there's little biting. I'm not seeing a lot of bug activity, which I'm so grateful for. But I'm going to keep my eye on that to see if I need to add something to keep the bugs away. And then if my cameraman would come over here and just kind of look down, look at how the kale is growing. It's just beautiful. And when we were here together the last time, I planted these that are on the far left. So these down here were the ones I planted, and they were the little teeny plants. So look at how they've grown, and look at how the ones have grown here. Now it looks like there's some in the middle. They're kind of taking their time, and that's going to be okay. So I can tell it's been watered quite enough. And typically speaking, I try to water this like every 3 days or so. And we've had some great rain, so that's a nice thing. Another great thing about these raised beds, and I put these in the comments, so a link where you could go out, is that it actually has a container down here that stores some of the water. And it has a little indicator. My cameraman might need to come a little closer. Just notice that my little indicator is popped up. And so it's basically telling me, Shelley, there's water that's stored there. Well, this is a good thing because I need to go on travel. And so the water now is down here. It's not right with, it's kind of like a shelf. And so the water is stored there. So it's telling me there's water there. If I had too much and it was raised too high, I would let some of it out. And there's actually a side spout that you can open it up. So this is so many reasons why I love this particular raised bed. So let's take a look, come a little closer, and let's talk a little bit about the romaine lettuce. So romaine lettuce, a lot of the red leaf lettuce, all of those, and this is true for kale as well. My initial thinking when I grew these was that, oh boy, this is great, it's ready. And then I was tempted to actually take the whole thing out because that's how we see it in the store, right? You see the whole thing. However, when you're growing it for yourself, you do not want to do that because guess what? It continues to grow. So what you want to do is, in order to do that, you want to cut off some of the top. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to basically cut off some of the top part. And this is the miracle of nature and having your own garden like this, is that it will keep growing. So do not cut or dig this out. Just kind of cut, you'll see I'm giving it enough room so it can grow some more. And guess what? I'm going to be eating this, and you can just eat on it over and over and over again. So you want to do something just as simple as that. And I'm going to actually do this for kind of all of the ones that I have here. I'm just noticing, okay, this is good. I'm almost like trimming them, right? But the thing about it is, the trim is going into my stomach, is what we're going to be doing. So you're just going to trim that like that, and then we're going to go over to the kale, because you can do the same thing with the kale. And again, this is where one of those blessings, you get a blessing from it and it continues to bless you. So let's go on over to the kale. Brussels sprouts, nothing's happening yet. We'll come back to that. The kale is looking so good. Look at how beautiful that is. So I'm going to go on and cut some of that. And this is absolutely going into a salad today. Look how much that I have here already. So just going to cut it, because guess what? It will continue to grow, and it's kind of like roses in a way. If you don't know this, if you're growing roses, you have to prune them. If you don't prune them, they're not going to grow very full. So it's the same thing here. You want to do pruning, and it's almost like we as humans, every now and then we need a good pruning, right? We need to get rid of the stuff that's maybe holding us back so we can fully grow. So I'm going to just cut a couple more little pieces here of the kale, and oh, it's just, I'm so excited about it. I can't tell you. Obviously it's not enough. I do like cooking kale in the crock pot, as I've demonstrated a few times. This is not really for that, because it's not going to yield me that much. If I did make more rows, then likely so. I found it really difficult finding kale in the nurseries in the stores this year for whatever reason. I think I just came to the market late. But this is now so tender that this is going to be great with this romaine, and I'm going to add some lettuce and some tomatoes and enjoy it. I hope you found this helpful. Again, this is another one of my passions, and tune in again. I've got some more recipes that I want to share with you, but I hope this helps you with your fall garden, wherever you might be. And again, it's fall for me. Whatever is in season for you, that's what you want to look at, okay? Thanks again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please be sure to do so. Click on the little button with my picture. I come out with something every other week, and the theme is simple, delicious, and healthier. And can't get much more organic and healthy like growing your own vegetables in your backyard. And I can't tell you how helpful this is for me from a resiliency standpoint. I might have a long day, a full day, and to be able to come out and just kind of look at my garden just does something for my soul and my spirit. So thanks again for tuning in. Bye-bye.